Sneaking up on the Christmas tree. Oh. Hello there. Once again, I've been thwarted by the fact that there's a camera in front of me, and because I'm a cat and you are the internet, you get my full attention, and I will wait to attack this Christmas tree and the presents and that lovely train circling it till after I'm done being distracted. Speaking of distractions, let's talk about a Christmas movie. Two of them, in fact, but I'm going to talk about one first, then the other in another video. You get a twofer today, because I love you. Mwah! I love ya. Or not, depending, because neither of these movies are very good. So what am I talking about today? I'm talking about, first off, hey, there's a train going around a Christmas tree. Let's talk about The Polar Express, which is a children's film slash tech demo slash Tom Hanks vanity project. 2004, I think they said? Which, oh god. Insert skeleton joke here. Anywho, so, The Polar Express is an adaptation of a children's book that I've never read because I was not a child at the time that book was published. I was also not a child when this movie came out. So, I am out of the demographic for either version. So, I only know it from the memes. The car full of dancing waiters flipping around in the train, and Tom Hanks making ho and all aboard and weird jokes that have no context beyond being a meme and a joke about this movie. What's the actual movie like? Well, it's confused, tonal whiplash. It's kind of a weird one because one hand, it's trying to be a schmaltzy, all-ages friendly, deep, meaningful Christmas movie about faith and this power of a child's faith in Christmas and whatnot. And then everything is Tom Hanks, which, you know, Tom Hanks. And also, it's trying to be a theme park ride where you get in the motion simulator and you go, woo, 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 way, as the motion simulator goes around and around and around, and the video is in front of your face, and the ride car bounces and bounces. One of those. So yeah, all these things crash together into a weird mishmash of a movie. And Mandark's there. You know, that kid! That guy with that annoying voice who played every annoying child in a certain age demographic. And also fought Dexter on Dexter's Laboratory. Nah! Remember he went nah or not. Annoying child voice actor. Guy got a lot of roles doing that voice. Or girl, I don't know if the voice actor is a male or female. I don't know. I don't care. Either way, Mandark's in this. So yeah. There is a plot. It's, not much of a plot, because there's a lot of padding in this thing, which is, you know, cat, me, I draw diaper stuff, padding joke here. So the movie's about a little boy who is clearly Tom Hanks is like a 10-year-old who is having a crisis of faith about believing in Santa and the whole Christmas shebang. And outside of his door in the middle of the night, a giant freaking locomotive just pulls the hell up. And Tom Hanks is the conductor. So, 2 layers of Tom Hanks already. He's like, all aboard to come to the North Pole and see Santa in person. And it's just a train in the middle of the suburban neighborhood in the middle of a snowy night. And it's like, oh, kid, you gonna get on or not? And kid gets on. There's a lot of test of faith is like a big part of this movie. So, get on the train, test of faith. So on and so forth. Various things. He's on the train. Then meets a bunch of little kids who, you know, they're on their way to go see Santa Claus. They're having a good time. Mandark's there. He's very irritating immediately. Very annoying. Little girl's there. She's our female protagonist for the movie. She doesn't do much beyond be nice kid who gives hugs. Good for her. And then you have Mandark, who's annoying, and another child who looks like Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle. I don't think it's him. The kid looks like him, though. Like bowl cut and big ears. It looks like Dewey. I'm just going to assume that off camera, his brothers and his mother and his dad were just doing their thing and wondering where the hell Dewey went to in the middle of the night on Christmas Eve. that kind of tracks from Malcolm in the Middle, honestly. Anywho. And while on the train ride from suburbia to the North Pole, we keep having bullshit happen. To where, these people are losing their golden train tickets out the window, and then CGI showing off animals and snow effects and fast motion and impossible camera stuff, tech demo things at the time, to follow the magic ticket that's blown around till it gets back on the train, and kind of like, well, that was a waste of time, but it was pretty for the time. This movie looks okay for the time. Robert Zemeckis at the time was doing this grand experiment where he would have motion capture to use to make CGI movies, which led to about 4 or 5 movies that never big successes, but they made enough money on each one that the experiment continued until they finally crapped out and the studio died, and Zemeckis moved on to go doing back to normal movies with a weird gimmick. I think he put out one this year where the camera was fixed and you saw Tom Hanks again, in this house throughout all of the hit of time in this one fixed location. So that was kind of a cool idea. Apparently it bombed, but interesting concept. Zemeckis likes interesting concepts, and Tom Hanks apparently just likes being in movies and will show up for any weird concept you sell him on, or anything in general, really. It's Tom Hanks, he's everywhere. He's everywhere, especially in this movie. He's everywhere. So yeah. North Pole trip, things keep happening. There's the kid goes on top of the roof trying to get the ticket, trying to save another kid from getting kicked off the train, because apparently Tom Hanks, the conductor man, will take a child and just throw them off the train if they don't have a ticket. But kind of funny. We don't get to see it, but it's implied. There's a lot of implied things here. The train is haunted. There's a ghost magic hobo living under it and on top of it and in it that only is appearing to the kid, but he's clearly there because he can physically grab people and manipulate things, so he's there. He's not an imaginary ghost, it's actually there as a ghost, which kind of implies the Polar Express train ran over a homeless man and he's haunting it. Yeah, there's dead children and ghosts and shit on this train. There's probably more than just the hobo. There's probably a whole cacophony of haunted children ghosts on that train. There's a train car full of, creepy puppets. I'm like, why the hell is this here? Santa, did you put this train car just to house all the dead ghost children and hobos on this train? Just so they will stay in this one part and not annoy the passengers and the conductor? Is that what you were doing, Santa Clausy? Or Tom Hanks, conductor man? Was that the plan? Anywho, stuff continues to happen, including train drifting, which is so stupid that's kind of the best scene in the movie. Insert deja vu, ba-da-da-da-da, meme joke here, and so forth. Eventually, the theme park ride elements stop happening. They get to the North Pole, and hey, let's go meet Santa Claus. But, oh wait, we gotta kill about 10 more minutes of this thing to actually get to feature length. So let's have the kids get separated again and go through the North Pole's mail system, pneumatic tube system to get their packages through their Amazon warehouse takeaway machinery thing to eventually just dump the kids back where they started from and make an entire plot cul-de-sac to kill 10 minutes. And again, it also had another part to where you clearly get in the theme park ride and go, I'd have to look it up, but I'm going to assume this movie was done for 3D as well, because at the time, 3D was a big thing again at the movies, which I like 3D movies, but there's two kinds of 3D movies. There's the basic, it's in 3D, so some things are in the foreground, other things are in the background. It gives general layering to the movie, which looks fine, but it's usually not worth the upcharge and having glasses stuck on your face the entire movie. Then there's the fun 3D, the things coming at the camera, whoa, kind of 3D. Like Friday the 13th, Part 3 in 3D. Jaws, 3D. My Bloody Valentine 3D. Pretty good, actually. I saw that one in the theater in 3D, and excuse me. That was my first 3D movie, and I picked a good one, because that thing was great. That had stuff flying at the camera, severed hearts, and pokers full of gourds poking out of the screen, glass shattering, a pickaxe going at your face. I'm getting distracted. There's not that much about the movie to actually talk about beyond it being weird. Tom Hanks is in like 4 different roles, 4 or 5, because he's the kid, clearly. He's a conductor man. He's the ghost. He is Santa, and he's also the kid's father. So we got layers and layers and layers and layers of Tom Hankses. There's probably more Tom Hankses I'm not seeing. Maybe he's some of the creepy elves in Santa Town there and there. All the elves look creepy, by the way. They're like 2 feet tall, and all have really gross caricature faces that look like creepy old men. And just like, ew. Like, ew. Kind of gross looking. Nah, bad elves. Nope, no thank you. Also, horrifying Steven Tyler elf. At the very end, that hits you like a jump scare as he's singing "On Top of the World" with his stretchy, horrible rubber face. It's bad. That part's really bad. So yeah, clearly I have no nostalgia for this movie because, hey, I was not at the appropriate age to see it when I was a kid, when it would have actually probably had an effect, possibly. It's an interesting novelty at this point. If you watch it when you were of the appropriate age range, you might have nostalgia, or if you read the book when you were very little, you may have nostalgia based on from that and have a different take on the thing. These are all valid takes to have. Myself, it is an interesting, weird novelty of tech demo and Tom Hanks' vanity project run amok. And studio trying again and again to make this pipeline of motion capture CGI films work, and didn't really pan out. So, interesting bit of history, interesting novelty, interesting bit of Tom Hanks, deep lore. So, worth a watch? Why not? There's worse kids movies out. You might as well, to say you've seen it, and so you'll have the full context for the train drifting. Because that is the best part, really. Also, Santa clearly does not have OSHA in the North Pole. Like, there are so many dangerous, completely no handrail, no nothing things in the North Pole. There's just elves dropping like flies, little kids getting flung out of the back of the train at all times. Santa looks at OSHA and goes, "Ho, ho, 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 you have no power here. Ho, 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 ho. Be gone. I'm Santa." That's how Santa talks. Like a cartoon supervillain. Ho, ho, ho. Anywho, I'm going to go pounce on that tree after I talk about the next movie. But you'll have to watch that in the next video. Do it. So says Christmas spirit and the Santa hat on my pompadour. But yes, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, etc., etc. Watch the next video. It's going to be about Santa Claus the movie. Bum-ba-da-ba. It's fun. But that's the next video, so go watch that here, or whatever the side of the thing YouTube puts it on. Like and subscribe, check my Patreon, give me money to make you pornography, so on and so forth. Happy holidays. Bye! See you in the next video.